Hello and welcome to New York Sofalites. My name is Rachel and I am here with my oldest friend in the world, Stephanie. Gretchen
Hello.
Gretchen is traveling this week, so we are holding it down.
Yep, we're holding it down while Gretchen makes her way out east from whence she came. So it'll be great.
Back to the mothership. Back from maybe LA is the mothership.
I don't know. Back to the Northeast. I think we're the mothership, let's face it.
I think so too.
We are. This is where Europeans landed, this general vicinity. And LA came along a lot later, so
Yes.
yeah.
LA is like an alternate universe. We're really excited to have Gretchen back.
Yeah, LA doesn't have enough water, like no shade, but it's not a sustainable place. So
No,
we
it
want
was a
Gretchen to
nice
have
experiment.
access to water. Oh yeah, for sure. I support people spending time in California for as long as they deem necessary.
For as long as they can take it. Sorry, don't come for us,
Yeah, don't
Californians.
come for us.
We
We
love
also love
California.
California. We're just jealous because you guys have amazing weather when you're not burning.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
But figuratively, it's all on fire, and I guess we have to start with basically the living symptom of that, which was the Bezos wedding from this past weekend. We
Yes.
we spoke a little bit
That.
about the who's and how's and where's. I don't want to give this too much attention, except to say that we're glad it's over, and I don't know.
That fire is finally being put out. Sorry, go
The
on.
fire's out. No, I'll just speak for myself in that I was disappointed in the dress. Mm-hmm. You know, you're like throwing a $200 million wedding and your dress is just kind of like meh.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't super impressed with any of Lauren Sanchez's looks, except I did like her Schiaparelli dress for their
Yeah.
welcome dinner. I thought that was really nice.
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad that you said it because I remember seeing that dress on the runway and being like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, and then when I saw her wearing it that evening, I was like, yeah, that looks nice. That looks good.
It's a good dress. I don't know if her
yeah.
styling of it was like exactly what I would have gone with.
Yeah, yeah, but
It was a little
there's
underwhelming. Like I understand you like want to be comfortable at your wedding, but again, like
do you though? I remember
yeah,
being pretty uncomfortable at my wedding. Maybe
that's
when it's
true.
your second marriage, you're like, well,
And she's probably never comfortable having to like squish all that stuff into that bodice. But
yeah, she's like always wearing a waist trainer type
yeah,
of thing.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and her waist looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
And it looked great specifically in the Schiaparelli look.
yeah,
Because it was such like a corset.
definitely.
Like it looked like if you knocked on it, it would be like hard, you know?
Yes, yes. It reminded me, you know what else gives me that impression? And this is just a reference that you will know, Rachel, and Gretchen would know, but the Grace Jones look from Pee-wee's Christmas special from the
Yes.
80s.
Oh,
Like that Grace Jones dress gives me that same impression of like knocking, like you're gonna knock
yeah.
on it and
You're gonna
hear
like knock
like,
on the corset.
but yeah, in a good way, in a good way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I also wasn't like, I was a bit underwhelmed by the rest of her looks, I guess. Yeah, not
Yeah.
surprised to see that Dolce and Gabbana did her outfitting because they were widely speculated to have made the white wedding dress. Um,
And it was
yeah,
fine.
it was fine. It was fine.
I don't understand why people spend so much money on their boobs and then they have a wedding dress that like has, you know, it comes all the way up to their neck and it's like, what are we doing here? Are we like pretending that you're demure? Like what? You don't have to have lace all the way up to your neck. Like if you have
I know.
the boobs, like they were
Just
out
like
in space, why not at your wedding?
they were out at the inauguration earlier this year, so
Truly.
why now? Why now?
Why now? why this event? I mean, I guess everyone's trying to like pretend that they're a blushing bride, but like this is your second wedding. You're in your 50s.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Why?
you're not fooling anybody. You don't like and she doesn't look bridal, like even in that dress. Like,
Yeah, it looks, I don't know. I know it was meant to be after that Sophia Loren movie with Cary Grant, and the name is escaping me right now, but it was like inspired
yes.
by that. But it just felt, yeah, it just felt really underwhelming. It didn't even feel that bridal. And I don't know how, like, it didn't feel like even her style in a way. Like,
No, cuz
I
her
feel like her
style is
style's
so
not that
like
Victorian buttoned up.
no. Like it's so like I'm wearing a bra with a blazer at an inauguration. Like it's
Yeah.
the girls should have been out.
Yeah.
She and Kim K should have
Yeah.
spoken more before this wedding because I think that the only person who showed an appropriate amount of cleavage was Kim K. I'm pretty sure I could see
She
her
did.
areolas in that dress. And I'm truly
She
here for it.
did. Yeah, so did Kylie Jenner. You know, the Jenner sisters look great too.
They did,
So,
and they all looked
yeah.
great together, which I know they do on purpose so that when they get the group shot, it looks kind of like a
I love
portrait.
to see it. Like, I love to see it. I wish, more families could get it together to do stuff
I
like
know, I wish my
that.
family could. And when we
Same.
do, I'm gonna wear the dress that Chloe wore at this wedding because it
That
was
was awesome.
I love that neckline. I love the like as a person, I don't know how Chloe ended up being the one with like the smallest chest, but as like a fellow person with a small chest, like I love a big scoop, like a lift and
Yeah.
separate moment.
Yes, yes, yes. I hear ya. Yeah, they all looked good. They all look good. And yeah, I mean, just it was interesting to read about like the protests that happened, and people are saying, well, he donated all this money to foundations for Venice and blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure that was after the backlash. So
But so maybe that's
not
good. Maybe the
impressed.
protests worked. I don't know.
The effigies that were floated down the river, did you see any of those?
I
It's
didn't.
weird,
I,
but
it's a little. That's a little far. Although I don't know. I feel like effigies are used in like celebrations and in protests, and I think you just got to know kind of where to draw the line.
yeah, you gotta know your
You got
audience.
to know your audience.
Yeah, so it was an opulent wedding in an opulent city that's known for opulent things and, successful merchants. And in a way, he's, one of the most successful merchants of our time. So
Well,
that's that.
that's that. And we are coming out of this weekend truly not knowing what is going on with Orlando Bloom because I have seen paparazzi reporting that he made out with basically everyone at this wedding. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that he made out with Kim K. I heard that he made out with Sydney Sweeney. I I guess
Sorry, it's
if we're gonna
I'm,
say
I'm like if you're getting divorced, like if you announce you're divorced and then go to the biggest wedding, anywhere in the world ever, you might as well just make out with as many people as you can. Like it's gonna be full of beautiful women. Just
truly, especially if you're not actually getting divorced, because he and Katy Perry were never married. So it's not like he's
oh,
gonna be
okay.
violating some provision of a prenup or
I
anything
did
like
not
that.
know
He's
that.
truly a free man, I guess.
I did not know that. I guess I thought they were married and that I predictably missed their wedding shenanigans because
I
I
feel like
don't
it would have been
care that much.
shenanigans.
Yeah, I
We
don't
would have
care that
known
much
about
about
it.
them. But
That's
yeah,
true.
I mean, what a great way to come out of a relationship. You're like, I'm a free man and I'm gonna just make out with all these beautiful women and let the tabloids just chatter away.
Honestly, like if he did make out with Kim and Sydney, he picked two good ones because they looked so beautiful. I would
Yeah,
make out with Sydney Sweeney in that dress. That was a great choice. She looked,
she's stunning. Yeah.
yeah.
I read that she and Lauren Sanchez share a stylist. So, because I saw her there and I was like, that seems kind of random. I didn't know she was tight with them. But maybe that's
Yeah.
the connection. Who
I feel like she's
knows?
been attending a lot of weddings recently. Wasn't she recently at like a wedding with Glenn Powell, but not with him, but just because she's like a family friend of
Oh
his?
yeah. Something like that. Yeah, you know what? She's newly single too, so that's why.
Yes.
So she's hitting the wedding circuit hard.
And we know that she likes an older gentleman, so I just, yeah, I'm really here for Orlando Bloom sowing his oats.
I know, right? I'm here for it. He do you, Orlando, just
Yeah,
don't be a yeah, don't hurt anyone.
just
That's
don't be a
all.
jerk.
Don't
I
be a
don't know.
jerk. Yeah. Don't be a ditty about it. You'll be fine.
Oh, God.
Not going there.
Not going there. Anyway, moving on to where all of like the actual cool people were
Yes.
during this wedding, which was at the Dior show, the first Jonathan Anderson menswear Dior show. We were so
Yes.
excited about it that I was
The
like,
way more exciting event, in my opinion.
I was so hyped up about it that I was like, there's no way that we're not going to be disappointed. But
I
I
know.
was
I was
not
like, I'm
disappointed.
gonna be disappointed. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be disappointed. But they were teasing things, and when they started teasing, for example, the literary totes, like the Dracula tote and the In Cold Blood, I was
Oh my
like, oh my
God.
God, this is gonna be so good. And then I was like, no, is it really gonna be that good? And it was that good. And
It
it
was that
was it
good.
was amazing. And oh, I have so many thoughts. Loved the looks. I loved that he picked that Bruce Springsteen song to play
Yes.
while the models were walking, the State Trooper song, which is kind of ominous and dark, and it's kind of like, the character in that song is like really paranoid he's gonna get pulled over and blah blah blah. And I feel like it's such a an apropos thing. Like it was such a good song to open on because like he this is his first show for Dior, so he's kind of probably looking around like fashion police don't don't arrest me, don't
Don't
find
come for
me,
me.
don't come for me. But it's also kind of like it could have been a larger statement on like, yeah, the world is like literally burning to the ground right now, and here I am doing fashion, but like don't come for us because I'm an artist and I be doing my art, artists gotta
Artists gotta art.
create, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. I wonder if
yeah.
there's some because the Jeremy Allen White Bruce Springsteen movie I think has like
Oh yeah,
just wrapped filming or something.
he's been spotted all around New Jersey, Asbury Park,
I
yeah.
know he's been doing it, and he like the initial stuff from it that I have seen looks very compelling. So I wonder if there's just like people have Bruce Springsteen on their brains right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I feel like a lot of people probably do, and a lot of people probably do at a low level all the time anyway. So,
It's true. I know a lot of people who
hey,
do low key
me too.
constantly have Bruce on the brain.
Yeah, yeah, me too. And I wouldn't say I'm one of them, but now that song is certainly stuck in my head. So I might be headed there. I don't know.
So yes,
Yeah.
let's break the show down because I think that a lot of things
Yes.
were happening. I truly think that like I now understand why Jonathan Anderson looks so exhausted all week
Yeah.
in Paris because it kind of seems like he threw everything at the wall. He was like, here's what I have to say about the past. Here's what have to say about the future.
Hmm.
And he was pulling stuff from the archives. He was pulling colors from previous Dior stuff. He was pulling silhouettes from like the Regency era. He
Yeah.
was pulling silhouettes from like the 50s and like, all of
All
the
over the
Dior
place.
glamour, and he was pulling women's wear into menswear, and it was like this really cool like spider web of connecting history to the future and like laying out the trajectory that he sees for the future of the brand. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, and I know that he has said he's articulated a lot of this in like a million interviews. He's done like a million interviews to make sure that we know exactly what he's doing. But I don't even think that that was necessary because looking at it coming down the runway, like I absolutely could tell exactly what he was doing.
It's so good. I'm glancing over right now to some of my things I really loved. And yeah, I love that it's I mean this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I feel like our culture is like so fast paced and in a way like people don't it feels like people don't value some people don't value like truth or like even history, which is, of course told from, a certain perspective, but I felt like he really dove deep like intellectually, and it's just like really cool and refreshing to see, someone do that like deep historical dive and then come up with something so beautiful. And yeah, it felt really refreshing, especially against
It
like just
did.
juxtaposed against the Bezos wedding shenanigans. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like this is more what I'm obviously excited about. So,
For sure,
yeah.
more
I don't know if I'm
our
making
speed.
sense. Like,
No, you're
yeah, am
so
I making
right.
sense? Okay.
Yeah, like when the world is burning and you want a distraction, this is the distraction that you want. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, this is definitely part of it. Um,
so did you have like a
yeah.
favorite look or like a favorite category of look? Because there was a lot on this runway. There's a lot going
Yeah, there
on.
was a lot. I really loved the this is gonna sound so cliche given who I am, but I did love the pops of pink throughout the show. And there were also some like really cool like I feel like he's bringing vests back, and I feel like it's been a minute
Yes.
since we've seen vests for both men and women.
Should we call it a vest or like should we even call it like a waistcoat?
I was just oh my God. Waistcoat. Let's just go with waistcoat for now. Like I really liked the waistcoat stuff. I
Me
thought that was
too.
really cool. And I
That
love, yeah.
the waistcoat, the one that had like the flowers. It was
Let's see.
embroidered with flowers. It was like on a Jack waistcoat that
Yes.
was embroidered with flowers.
Yes, with the bow tie, like
I squealed. I like
so
squealed
Oscar
with
Wilde.
glee when I
Yes.
saw it.
It's
Oh,
so I'm looking at it right now. It's so good. It's
it's
so
so
good. And then the
good.
tartan shirt underneath, it's just
Oh my
like
God.
I could see like either of us like wearing this sort of look,
I
honestly.
totally
Like, and
agree.
that's
I
what
think
I
we
loved
could
about it
definitely wear it.
too. Like it felt accessible. It didn't just feel like it was, a runway show where you're like, okay, well, yeah, are we really gonna like how are we gonna translate this? Like I felt like these looks could walk out onto the street and just kill it.
They were like
Yeah.
pretty wearable, all of them. Like it was a lot of denim. It was like some shorts. Oh my God. I mean, some of the shorts were more kind of like accessible than others, but I loved the big pink voluminous shorts.
Those voluminous shorts, yeah. Those definitely packed a punch
And I
for
liked them
sure.
in the menswear category, but I was like, I could see anybody wearing these. Like any cool person like might
Yeah.
wear these shorts.
If Schitt's Creek was still on, I could see David venturing into a color and
Or he might have to order them in black.
or he might have to order them in black.
But
Yeah.
actually, I could see
There's some
him
in white that are
wearing these.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a couple of different iterations. I think, yeah, but like some, I could see like a Billie Eilish or a Tilda Swinton also wearing these shorts. Like I think that
Definitely.
it's menswear technically, but I think maybe like we're not totally sure about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the androgyny of it. Yeah. Yeah, love that waistcoat. There was another waistcoat that I liked too with it was like kind of turquoise and camel colored striped, and I'm trying
Yes.
to find like I'm trying to zoom in on like what the stripe it looks like sort of a geometric thing, almost like maybe even South Asian inspired here, but just
It is
love the
quite
waistcoats.
and I love them with those ties, like the big, like,
Yes,
I don't know
the
what kind of a
silk.
tie, if that's called something.
Is it a bow tie or there must be a different
It's like a
term for it.
Regency
Is
era,
it a
like
re okay.
bow tie, but I like it in the look with the white voluminous shorts. It has like the hunting jacket and the tie with
Oh,
no
the hunting
shirt.
jacket. Yeah.
I mean, I would wear that hunting jacket. Honestly, like that
Me
hunting jacket would look
too.
great on all of us.
Oh my God, the hunting jacket. The hunting jacket. Just the
It's
hunting jacket.
really, really beautiful. And it feels very English, obviously. It's like a tweed,
Yeah.
like hunting jacket, like you're going on a fox hunt for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I loved all the tweet. I mean, he's British, so I love that he brought that sort of subversiveness to the French house. I mean, we're not shocked he did that, but I love it because I love a good tweet. I love a tartan. I love
Absolutely.
it.
I also, though, I
I'm
think
gonna
that,
Google.
okay. Um, yeah, no, I think that he does bring like an English sensibility, but he said I don't even know how many times in all of the like interviews that he was doing, he said the word materiality. And I think that when he was talking about that, what he was talking about was kind of paying homage to the history of the house in terms of the materials also and as well as like bringing his own sensibility. And he talked a lot about France and things like seeming and feeling and being French. So it's not like he's completely trying to like turn things in a more Britishy direction, I
I
don't think.
agree. I agree. I mean, I'm looking right now at this military jacket that was in the show, and I think it's navy, and it's lined in it's got gold piping, gold buttons. It feels that, I mean, things like that feel very French as opposed to
Yes.
British to me.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
kind of like Napoleonic a little bit.
Right. Yes, that's the that's the term I'm grasping for. Yeah, Napoleonic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really quite special.
Yeah, so he's not trying to turn this into like a British house, but he is and he's
I
still
mean,
retaining the French sensibilities here.
yeah, because those voluminous shorts are like full French, like full mainland Europe. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
voluminous cargo short is like very European, I would say.
Yeah. I don't know
Um,
what you would call the tie. I was trying to look up like if there's a term, what the term is for that tie, but I'll have to do some more digging after we talk.
whatever it is,
Try to.
I can't wait to see people wear it. I am envisioning this clip because it is so wearable. I'm envisioning it on lots and lots of red carpets, on lots and lots of
Yes.
people who I hope will wear it. I think
Yeah.
Chalamet should wear
You know, we already ordered one or five.
it, right?
They come in different colors, so yeah.
Right. He is
Yeah.
kind of like hitting the what we were calling chaos fashion that like Timothy Chalamet was doing all fall last year. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this show kind of hits it. Like it's a
Yeah.
little chaotic, but I can see like
It's
basically the same
like,
person
yeah.
wearing each of these looks.
It's like a restrained chaos. It's
Yeah.
like in a like I love the chaos because it also feel it's like an orderly chaos or something.
Hmm.
Because you're like, wow, chaos, 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 but then something comes down the runway that pulls it all together, and it's like very comforting. You know? Not
Yeah.
completely chaotic. If that, am I making sense? I'm just
No, you're so
spewing
right. I
like
think Comforting is such a good adjective because I think that that really is kind of like the big takeaway from this runway show is that if people had anxiety, including like the stockholders and shareholders of Dior and LVMH, like if they had any anxiety about making Johnathan Anderson the new creative director, that is assuaged by this show. It feels comforting. It feels like buyers are buying and
Yeah,
people are going to wear this and it's
they're
going to be good.
high-fiving, they're popping champagne, they're like, thank God this is
I
gonna
think they
work.
are. I mean, I don't know if it saves the brands, if it saves LVMH, if it saves the stock price, but I think that we're on the right track.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a headline somewhere too where it said, I forget where it was, but it said, "Can Jonathan Anderson make Dior cool again?" or something, make it cool. And I feel like that's kind of what and I mean cool in like some people don't like that word, but I feel like he is kind of doing that. Um,
He
and I
is.
like it though. I like it because Dior traditionally it's been a little buttoned up. It's been very female oriented, which is something I love about it. You know,
Hmm.
they say that you can tell if a male designer loves or hates women based on what they design, and I feel like Dior, the House of Dior tends to love women with its designs, you know? But it was really cool to see them come out with all these things that are loving men and, you know,
Yeah,
whoever,
even
whatever
with
gender they want to identify as, like loving not just the female form, should I
yeah.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Which
with
I
all
also
of the like
support, but yeah.
female silhouettes that we saw in this like menswear collection, I do feel like men will feel comfortable in this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I feel like men will, or like, hopefully, yeah, I think if I were a guy, I'd feel like very welcomed into this universe from this show.
Yeah, which I think is like maybe where you're pinging cool. Like I think that some
Yeah.
people who are like quote unquote cool, like people who will be photographed in this clothing will feel encouraged to wear it, which is what the brands want, right? So we're like
Yeah.
giving Dior a little bit of what it wants and giving the stockholders a little bit of what they want. But I don't think we have to worry. I don't feel concerned at all. I think that everyone, including Jonathan Anderson, is taking a huge sigh of relief after this show.
Somebody get that man a bed. He looked so tired.
Oh my
I just
God.
I wanted to
Just,
get him a pillow, a
yes.
silk pillow to
Send
rest his
him
head.
someplace restful for the week.
Yeah, he did a great job. He did a great
He
job.
did. And
And
those
it was
book
so
totes, I am
cool. Oh my God.
obsessed
I
with the
know.
book totes. I can't. I've never
I've
like
always loved a
really.
book tote, and this is just this is fun. They're fun.
It's very fun. I sent a picture on Instagram to my husband and I was like, 10 years is the Dior anniversary, and he was like, I have no idea what any of that means.
It's like what?
What?
10 years is the Dior anniversary.
That's
I
what they
support
say.
that. I support that. I heard that too. I heard that too. I think it's a real upgrade from paper, which is the 1 year
Mm,
anniversary. So,
yes.
yeah.
I mean, anything could be interpreted to include a book tote. Books are made of paper and they can go in a tote.
Yeah. My husband has like no context for like the yearly, things, and someone sent us a small gift this year and was like, "It's paper." And I was like, "It's the 1 year anniversary gift." And he was like, "What?" So,
I could see him getting
maybe
into that though, because like he's super into like cool traditions.
he is. And he's into gift giving. So,
Yes. So you could send him a listicle about which anniversary is what. And They don't
I will.
really get good until like 10, though. I think that like it's like
You have to
paper
wait
and wood and
so
bronze and
long.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, where's the diamond? That's why I was so shocked, like at our Indian wedding when they were like, "Oh no, you get diamonds now," and I was like, I thought I had to wait like 75 years for that. Once I got an engagement ring, that's it. So you've been
Cultural
married for like a
differences.
billion years. Love finding out these little cultural nuances. The more diamonds, the
Right?
better at your wedding. I'm like, all right, I can get down with that.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm loving
I'm loving
this
it. I'm
Jonathan
really
Anderson
pleased.
stuff. Yeah, this
I
waistcoat with the embroidery, or
It's so good.
needlepoint. Like, no, it's
Maybe it's
embroidery.
I think it I don't know
No,
what it
it's
is. It's
embroidery. It's
gorgeous.
embroidery. But
Like,
it's
yeah,
like big embroidery. I like it.
it is. It's like I know what you mean by like it has like a needlepoint feel. It has like an
Yeah.
artisanal feel to it.
Yeah, it's not needlepoint, but it's got almost that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Ugh, I love it.
I love it.
Love,
And
love, love.
I feel like nobody is more pissed right now than the folks over at Tom Brown who I thought have like they've missed the mark with their what are they doing this week? Like Tom Brown like University or like have you
Oh,
seen
no.
what the
Let me look this
curriculum,
up real
sorry.
quick.
Tom Brown curriculum. Um
Tom Brown curriculum.
and
Ugh,
it's
that does sound.
I think that they've gone too far because last year we were loving the preppy prep school Tom Brown stuff, and I think that they've leaned in a
Yeah.
little bit too far, and they've kind of stepped into a space that, like we were saying about that one show in Stockholm, is like painfully trendy.
Yeah.
Now it's not their fault. They created this trend and they're just following through, but now I'm feeling like I don't want to see any more butter yellow. Like
I know.
I'm over it. I
I
don't
It was a really fun moment, but you can only worship butter yellow for so long before
yeah.
it does get a little. It's like daffodils in the spring. Like they're great when they're there and then they go away and there's other flowers that are more colorful and vibrant and you're excited about that.
Yeah. I just
Yeah, I'm looking at this Tom Brown thing right now. Class is in session. Get your uniforms ready.
yeah, like we
Something about
get
a
it.
neoclassical pillars of a university campus. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it didn't hit.
school's out for the summer, man. Come on.
Like first of all, school's out for the summer. Second of all, like we've seen you do this like we don't have to hit us over the head with the prep school stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like
So much seersucker, too.
it's a lot. I mean, yeah,
It
it's
feels.
summer. It's you gotta have a
You gotta
seersucker,
have some
but
seersucker, but it feels a bit blasé compared to what we were just talking about with Dior.
I think we may
Just
be
feels.
spoiled for like all fashion generally now. But
Yeah.
I did think that kind of an interesting bellwether on this like Tom Brown thing was that Doechii, who is known to like rock a Tom Brown performance look, was at
hmm
Glastonbury wearing a schoolgirl skirt, but it was a Vivienne Westwood.
Oh, I like that.
So, and it
Glastonbury.
was
It looks
fabulous.
very wet. It looks very rainy.
I think it was, and then it got like hot, which is like exactly what you want from your
Sounds
English
about
countryside
right.
Glastonbury experience.
Sounds about right. I'm loving all the Alexa Chung photos and also references like the ultimate Glastonbury cool girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Was it Burberry that did that campaign recently with her at
Yes.
Glastonbury? Yeah. I
And they
thought that was
were
great.
spot on. And she always, like,
Yeah.
I care about like three things at Glastonbury, and they are all what is Alexa Chung wearing? And also now
Yeah.
Doechii in the
Now
Vivienne
Doechii.
Westwood, which
Yeah.
was, I guess, an homage to something that Kate Moss, other famous Glastonbury celeb, wore in a show in the 90s. And it was all working for me. She had on a pair of like gold custom pasties during her performance. It was really very
Ah,
special. I
I'm
just
pulling this up
continue to
right
be awed
now.
by Doechii.
She quite literally rocks. Oh, I'm seeing this. Yeah. Yeah. I
She just
like
like,
this. I
I don't know,
love
she's out ahead
her
of every single thing.
skirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
loving
the
this
skirt.
Vivienne Westwood skirt. That's great. It's a great tartan.
It's great. We love a tartan. It's a fun color. It was a fun performance, obviously.
I'll
Um,
have to see if I can watch it
it's
somewhere.
it's it's lovely. I love her, and I truly love, like, more than anything, the crowd shots from the performances at Glastonbury, because it's so many just like people with my kind of coloring who have been out in the sun for like days, and it's just like all of these like red English faces just having the best time.
Uh,
Like, truly, I
they're
they
getting their
need,
5 yearly minutes of sun.
oh
That
my
makes me
God, but
happy for
like,
them.
to be a sunscreen vendor on the sidelines at Glastonbury, like I could make my year right there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You totally could.
Just
I
incredible,
love
incredible stuff.
this. I love this. I love Dochi.
I love her
Yeah, this
too.
is great.
I can never say enough about
Yeah,
that look. It's
everybody
such a good look.
was it's so good. It's so good.
Other
Yeah, I
significant
haven't been following
performances.
Glastonbury too much, so tell me.
Well, here's what I will tell you. Let me give you the word cloud on the 2025
Okay.
Glastonbury. It's hunter boots, obviously, but the ankle height, which
Oh,
we're still
okay.
seeing, the knee high hunter boot. But moreover, I'm seeing the ankle height hunter boot like with a sock, which I think is really practical because you're not going to be in mud up to your knees every single day of Glastonbury, but you are going to sweat a lot in that knee high
It's
rubber boot.
true. That is
So,
facts. Yeah.
it's an ankle height hunter boot for me, and then obviously the Brat funeral. She's been trying to do this at like every music festival since the Brat tour, but God bless her, she's really trying to drive it home. She's really trying to lay Brat to rest. I don't know why, but like,
The more
guys,
you
just
try to do that, it's just not gonna happen. Just
maybe she knows. Maybe she's like, it'll just die on its own if I don't try to give it a Viking funeral at every single event. Like, because I have to imagine that she's not got new music prepared because she's been on tour in all
Mhm.
the festivals. So
Yeah.
maybe she's like, I need to stretch Brat out as long as I possibly can, and how I'm doing that is I'm constantly like burning it in effigy at all of these events. I'm here for it.
That's smart marketing.
It's smart
Yeah.
marketing. And you have to have pyro now at these
Yeah.
events, so you might as well be doing it in this like kind of subversive like
Yeah.
flag. It's like giving flag burning, but it's like a Brat flag. I imagine that,
All
you
right.
know, Charlie, we know, has stuff to say. So I trust her. And similar
Yeah,
to Jonathan Anderson, I'm here for the ride.
me too. Like we definitely have not seen the last of her or even close, and I
No,
think
certainly not.
she's doing her thing. I'm staying tuned for that.
Yes, whatever that is, we're into it.
Yes.
Something that I am increasingly concerned slash just disappointed about is Lord. I listened to Lord's new album,
Uh,
Virgin. I listened to it, and I wanted to love it because I was like, I love Lord, and I loved her collabs with Charlie, and I
hmm.
was so excited. I was like, wow, she's had so much going on in her life. I bet this album is incredible. And I was deeply, deeply underwhelmed. I feel like it was underbaked. It was kind of like purposefully
Interesting.
but woefully underproduced. It, I don't know. It
Interesting.
didn't
I haven't listened. I'll have to check it out.
it didn't hit for me, and then the performance was, I didn't love it. I think a lot of people were like surprised by it and thought it was great. There was like a, I guess maybe even a surprise performance at Glastonbury with Lorde. But it seemed like
Hmm.
she was giving Charlie XCX, but like she's not Charlie XCX. She's Lorde.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I wanted, like, if her music were more electronic, I feel like this performance would have made more sense, but it like really wasn't. So I would have liked maybe a more traditional something from her. I know like we're trying to push the envelope and like whatever it is, but like first impression for me was like not, I don't know. I didn't
Not,
love it.
yeah, not too impressed with it.
Not super impressed. I mean, there's so many like interesting and fun things going on at Glastonbury that like maybe it's just difficult to make yourself stand out, so you have to do what you can, but
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it wasn't the right sort of venue for her to be. I'm saying this as someone who hasn't listened and didn't watch her performance.
and not that like she couldn't shine there or like even shine there with this album. I think that just maybe like she doesn't know where and what and like how and who she wants to be right now, and so
Hmm.
it's getting a little bit like it's falling a little flat. I don't know.
Yeah, that I could see that. Just I've like read some little blurbs and interviews she's given, and I've sort of gotten that vibe from her too. Like she's kind of in like a not even soul searching, but maybe just like transition period or something. And I think that can be hard for people to resonate with too, because it's more exciting to see someone who, you know, has like, and nothing against her, but, like I'm sure like she'll be fine, she'll come into herself, but like someone who has something really, you know, specific and exciting to say and is really grounded and you know has their message fully baked like that is very exciting, and it can be harder to connect with people who are like artists in like a transition period, I feel, at least from my own experience.
Yeah.
Again, not having listened to her album or watched the performance, so purely going off of what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah, purely on vibes. This is like
Purely
this
on
is a
vibes, yeah.
high level assessment of Glastonbury. It literally just ended. So
Hmm.
we may follow up a little bit because there were like other cool performances and like cool things that happened near the tail end of the festival. Haim performed actually, I believe, like right at the beginning of the festival, and it was great. They're touring, or I hope that they will be touring their newest album, which is great, and I
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah, you're
truly,
really
truly
into
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
I'm really into it because it
I have
sounds
to
like
listen to
old
that
Haim.
too. I have to listen to that too.
I think
I'm
you'll like
behind.
it.
Yeah. I think
Um,
so. I'm just behind on stuff right. I'm behind on life
well,
right now.
and then here's what else is great is it like at the end of the festival, Olivia Rodrigo kind of like closing it out with her like Union Jack sparkly shorts on,
I saw a picture of
playing.
that. Yeah, I thought she looked great. Yeah.
She looked great, and she's playing her songs from her most recent album, but it's old now. And she's just playing the hits, and they're huge hits, and she's playing and singing them kind of in a predictable but always very fun kind of way, and continuing pop girl summer, and it's I love it, and I want more of it. I wish that like we all could continue to have the summer that we had last year, where like the pop girlies were pop girlying, and although I'm
Yeah.
very into like a Haim I quit summer, also, so I think we'll
But
see where that takes
not
us.
depression hair, because
Not depression
that's been
hair.
circulating again, and every time I see it I think of you now.
Well, it's
Not
because it's
because
been
you
so
have depression
humid.
hair, but because you've been, you were not having it a few episodes ago.
I
And
truly felt attacked.
no, I feel attacked too. Like I'm like, what the hell?
Because
Don't come for
in the
me.
winter, when we were depressed because it was winter and the
This was
static had
such a long
overtaken
winter.
us, like it was just something that couldn't be helped. And then now with all of the humidity, like of course we all have depression hair. It's like it's flying all over the place. What are you gonna
Must we
do?
call it depression hair? Can we just call it like humidity beachy hair? You know, like can we just change it with the
Yeah.
season? Like
Can we just change the
depression,
name?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's like coastal grandma humidity hair.
Yes, love that. Here's what I think though, is because like people not wanting to like have depression hair or be seen to be having depression hair, this is what's wrong with the wig in the Ryan Murphy Carolyn Bessette Kennedy show. Because you know who
Ugh.
had like classic textbook quote unquote depression hair, which is like hair that is like beautiful and perfectly colored and perfectly coiffed, but like a little bit mussed because you like live your life and you ride the subway.
Yeah,
Carolyn Bessette Kennedy.
facts.
And you know who does not have beautiful Carolyn Kennedy hair? The woman wearing the wig in the Ryan Murphy show.
We could do a whole episode about the problematic costuming choices on that because I
And I think
am
we
not
have to
having
when it
it.
airs. I want to see
I am not
every
having it.
costume before I weigh in. But yes, no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
I agree.
disgusting. It's like who
It's an abomination. It is offensive. Like her family is probably just for many reasons, but I mean, that being the cherry on top, like come on. Like that's
I
not who she was. And
I can't imagine the people at Calvin Klein are happy.
no, they're not. They're like help us out. Like come on. Yeah, no.
And like ask for help. Like you know that they have the archival Calvin Klein pieces. Like
Her
just
friends are
reach
still
out.
alive. Her coworkers are still alive. This wasn't that long ago.
Her
Ask for help.
hairstylist is still alive and
Talk to people.
was willing to share the secrets of like the chunk highlights. It's just unbelievable.
It's so bad. And it's
It's
like from the photos, the photos that have been out, it looks like JFK Jr.'s looks are a little more accurate to history, but it's like why
yeah.
must like why do we have to sully like her memory? I mean, the whole thing is just so tragic and sad. Like the least you could do is reach out to a Calvin Klein rep and like
Seriously.
get accurate historical clothing. But
I mean, yeah, I don't know how this whole thing works. I don't know who is friends with Ryan Murphy and who isn't, or who
he's
wants to
Ryan
be
Murphy. He can
involved.
figure it out. He can figure it out. If he wants to, he can figure it out. Right?
Truly, I believe in him. There are things of his that I have watched and enjoyed. I thought that he
Yeah.
did a pretty good job with Versace, who like also,
Yeah.
I thought he got the clothes more right with
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
I think
Versace.
so
It's not
too.
like a high bar though.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Versace is Versace. But
and yeah, it's very like readable and recognizable. Whereas like we're in a moment where like minimalism is all over the place, and like so I could understand where like if you're a 22-year-old TV production person and you're like, I don't know, is it the row? And like, it's not. It's
yeah.
Calvin Klein. Like you got to do the research.
Yeah, you're like,
You
oh, my
certainly don't
friends
buy it
love
off the rack at
Carolyn Bessette.
Zara.
Yeah, no, no, no. Like Zara's imitating her. Like you don't know. That's just
No,
not what you do. It's somewhat some. I hate to say it, but like some nepo baby was in there and just like
for sure.
hitting, purchase on a bunch of random stuff that
So, like the
is
armorer
not.
from Rust was
Yeah, I know.
pulling the trigger on the
Thank God the
camel
stakes
Zara
are
trench coat.
lower. Yeah. Like, oh my God. That was watching that was you're like, oh my God. That's why that
Yeah.
happened. But also they
And we
weren't
didn't
paying
learn our
enough.
lesson, and here
No.
we are.
And here we are.
So
Do we want another rust? No.
No, we want good Carolyn Kennedy content. This is what I think. Like, we maybe are a little close to this. I think that Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was obviously a huge style inspiration for all three of the Sofalites
Yeah, we
on
remember
this.
her, we remember them being alive and watching that. I mean, we were quite young, but like I remember when they died and everything. So,
Of
yeah.
course. And I remember the paparazzi photos, like her time in New York, like
Yeah.
the must ponytail, like I remember it all. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
maybe now that they've got this reaction to the test, whatever it is, whatever these images are that they're releasing, they've gotten some feedback and maybe they can make some
Yeah,
pivots.
maybe they can make some adjustments there because they don't need another news cycle with all of the criticism they've been getting.
God, it is
Do they can
truly,
do
it's been an
better. They
unhinged
can
week.
do better. Yeah, it
We
has been
started this, well, couple of weeks, I guess. We started
a
this
couple
couple of
weeks, yeah.
weeks with the Ryan Murphy stills, and we ended with Glastonbury. And it's been a really content heavy
It
few
has
weeks.
been.
We
It
hope you're
has
all
been.
okay. If you have any feedback, if you want to talk, if you need to decompress,
If
please
you
reach
need
out
to
to
talk,
us.
please reach out. We
We're
need to
here for
talk
you.
too. We need to talk too.
And we will continue to. You can count on us. There's been a lot of fashion stuff going on, and we are catching up. Petit Uomo was recently. Milan Men's was recently. I think that's where the Tom Brown stuff came from.
Hmm.
Obviously, Paris. I think everything else was completely drowned out by the Anderson show, so I don't know if we'll cover anything else from
Yeah.
that.
And can we just mention ASAP Rocky and Rihanna real quick?
Queen.
Their yeah, their romp around Paris. I'm loving her. Like she looks like how does she look so great pregnant? Like I mean, you looked
She's had
great
a lot of
pregnant, but
practice.
like
I mean, I didn't
she
look like
has
Rihanna.
no one does though. And that's why like Rihanna, it's like
Oh
she's
my
looking
God.
great. I'm loving their little romp around Paris and the whole deal and yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredible stuff. Just shout out to that like big baby bump in those clothes. Like it's so
Those
good.
amazing looks. I know. It's
I
so
like did
good.
not want to get up and put on a muumuu when I was pregnant in the summer, and I just really my hat is off to her.
Yeah, I've never had kids, but I from what I hear, it can be very hard to want to shower and do your normal thing while you're pregnant.
Yeah,
And here she is just like the world is her catwalk and she looks
it's
amazing.
incredible.
So, hats off to her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we have her as just like a mom like role model
Yeah. Yeah. And a fashion role model.
and a
And
business role model.
and a
Like,
business role model. And when she decides to release that next albums, in 15
oh
years
yeah,
or
and a
whatever,
musician.
I will be here for it. I will
I
be
will
here for it. I
absolutely be
loved
here
her
for
last
it.
album.
It was
Can't wait to see what
just
she does next.
just all good things. I'm so
To
glad that
her
we
words.
I'm so glad we ended on such a good note after such a fraught
Yeah.
weekend. We hope you're all okay.
Yeah.
If
We
you're
hope you're
not,
all okay.
you know how to reach us. nysofalites@gmail.com. You can follow our Instagram at nysofalites. You can watch us absolutely melting in this heat in our respective studios on YouTube. It's so hot in here, and I turned off my air
So
conditioner for
humid.
you guys so that we could have clean
I turned off
audio.
my fan. Yeah, it's been rough. Yeah. But yeah, we you can find you know where to find us and yeah, reach out. We'd love to hear from you and stay safe and let's all wish Gretchen the best on her travels
I'm
home.
hoping to get some like missives from the road, some like dispatches from the road trip. She's road tripping cross country with her dog with Lilac. And I just really, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. So hopefully
Me
those will be up
too.
on socials, and I know that you guys are just as fascinated as we are.
Lilac is like in the teenager phase of life, so it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, I
She's
just,
she tries to control herself, and sometimes she makes it, and sometimes she doesn't. So yeah,
it's gonna be
always a surprise with
truly
that
an
dog.
adventure. So yeah, we will check back
Yes.
in next week. More fashion, more celebrity gossip, more of everything that you love, and we hope you'll join us.
Stay safe, stay cool.
Stay cool, stay safe. Bye.
Bye.